We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got an ultra-important divisional round matchup in the NFC, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Minnesota Vikings.
Will Weiser, the kickoff for the Vikings.
One of two spots in the NFC underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Jaden Blue. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Now Prescott going to change the play. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's 2nd and 7.
Yeah, here we go.
Here's Prescott. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And now they'll shift things around.
1st down, Dallas.
On 1st down, it's Blue. Fights him off. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 37. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go with Blue between the tackles. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. They'll try and run again with Blue. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide. He just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 11 yards and a on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, anytime down here in the red zone that you can get a running back going lateral to the line of scrimmage, that's a plus for the defense. We all hear about the offensive guys saying, get north and south, get upfield. They didn't allow it at all on that play.
Prescott. This is the tight end, Njoku. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Cowboys are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. McCarthy off the play fake. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Looking to throw McCarthy. He'll find Genty out of the backfield. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Down the right sideline. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 50 yards.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
McCarthy going to throw again. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. 4 yards remain on 2nd down. Ball on the 10.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Cowboys' 10-yard line.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And the Vikings are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Genty is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Here's McCarthy. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Vikings are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, here we go. Hey, Sweat, hey. Cody's coming.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
Rodgers on the return. Not a big deal on that one. Just your everyday 67-yard punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
On 1st down, it's Ginty. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing is McCarthy. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Now McCarthy. That is caught. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
To the air with McCarthy. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
2nd and 10. Up the middle, it's Ginty. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
At the 46-yard line.
Now they'll audible to something else.
3rd and 8.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 21. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Second down and a little more than a yard here. Once again, it's Jeanty. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. So as they talk it over, we step aside. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, and some nice running right there. That's what got them the first down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on the gain of 2. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
They'll try to punch it in with Jeanty. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Ashton Jeanty taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings have taken the lead. No problem there on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. 14-7. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings move it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Prescott. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Prescott. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. The quick throw finds T.J. Hockenson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
And the Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
The run straight ahead with Genty. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. This 2nd and 4. And now an audible here into something else.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
McCarthy operating from the gun. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
There go play action. Here's McCarthy. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On the give, Genty. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this one is right down the middle. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think the key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still work. Plays in the passing game.
And he's got room. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 25 yards there on the catch and run. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Now a toss left side, Genty. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Now 3rd and 5.
Back to throw. McCarthy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
It's a gain of 8. And the Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 24.
On play action. Now McCarthy. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Looking to throw. McCarthy. That is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
35-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone. You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Here's Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
13 yards on the play. And the Cowboys first down.
Prescott now. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys have got it back to within a score. Very good with the PAT. And the lead will shrink to 6.
Cowboys 14. Brendan Aubrey to kick off for the
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Catch is made by Metcalf. And he'll be taken down right there at the 38. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Back to throw. McCarthy will try and set up the screen to Genty. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's second down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
At the Cowboys' 36-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
It looks like they'll move things around here.
Tiger, 19, Tiger. Mustang 19.
Back to throw again. This one brought in by Jefferson. And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings first down as he'll be brought down at the 27. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
On play action, McCarthy. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. Second and 10 here as we sit in the third quarter of this divisional round matchup.
Let's go. 60 Maverick. 60 Eagle. 60 Eagle. 19 Lion.
Looking to throw. McCarthy. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson with his second touchdown of the night. And the Vikings will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
The Vikings will line up for the two-point conversion.
Street. 19 tight.
McCarthy going to look to throw for it. And that's caught at the 2. And he is not going to get in there. He stopped short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings moving away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, put the same tempo, and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
48-yard line.
One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Now Prescott. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll throw again. Prescott. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Prescott. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now Prescott. And his ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run. But you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That's a gain of 4.
Now they'll change things up. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Short throw caught by the tight end Oliver. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
A run out of the gun, Regenti. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 56 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you've got the lead, you're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
Here's McCarthy. Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
4 yards.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal.
Chap 60, chap 70.
Throwing is McCarthy. And look at this. They give the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Cowboys are right back in this football game.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
Here's first and 10. The drive starts with a run by Blue. Didn't get a whole lot there, but at least he got out of it.
He was tagged with these words. Make sure to tell him, if he doesn't have anything, get out of bounds. Save the time on the clock. Now they've got to start considering what their play calling is because they've got to push it downfield.
Here's Prescott. Pickens on the slant.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They'll try to run for it with Blue. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard brings up fourth down.
Desperation time. Prescott on fours. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. We got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
At the 16-yard line.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
Third down and 12 yards.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming.
A 33-yard attempt.
And his kick is indeed good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
35-yard line.
This is first and 10. Prescott. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Second and 10.
Look with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive. I like what they did there, still keeping their tight ends involved. They understand it's not quite Hail Mary time just yet.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this is incomplete, but a flag back at the line of scrimmage. And this could be a first down. Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Here's Prescott. Gets it underneath to Blue. Takes this to the 45. Broken tackle. Wanted a little extra space. Here's 2nd down and 3. Here's Dak. He finds Pickens over the middle. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Here's 1st down.
That's good for a Cowboys.
Now Prescott. And he finds a man in the crossing route. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
To throw, Prescott. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. They'll find Lamb crossing the formation for the catch. And he gets in just in the nick of time, so they get the touchdown they need. Now they need a 2-point conversion to tie it.
We'll break down the touchdown later. It's 2-point conversion time. Go to your script, pick your play, and go for it.
The touchdown saved their playoff lives momentarily. Now for the 2-point conversion. Now Dak. Oh, my goodness! They were in field goal range, but it's intercepted. So the inability there to get the 2-point conversion sort of leaves the door at least a little bit more ajar.
And puts the onus now on the kickoff team and the defense to make sure they don't give up a big play that puts them in position to lose.
Especially on this kickoff. Got to be careful. And the Vikings hands team able to recover, and that should just about do it. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep. Those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on.